your headlights are lying to you right now. Every single night you climb behind that wheel believing you can see the road, but science says you are running at 1/5 of your designed visibility, and that gap between confidence and reality could cost you everything from a massive repair bill to something far worse. Today we are exposing 15 headlight restoration methods ranked from cheapest to most devastatingly effective. And by the time you reach number 1, you will realize that a $40 kit delivers the exact same result that premium detailing shops charge $400 for. Stay until the end or walk away from the single most cost-effective safety upgrade your car will ever see. Number 15 is not a method. It is the knowledge that makes every other method on this list actually stick. You have probably already tried some restoration product, scrubbed for 20 minutes, felt proud, then watched in slow motion regret as your headlights turned yellow again 3 months later. Your headlight lenses are polycarbonate plastic coated from the factory with a thin UV protective layer and ultraviolet radiation attacks that coating from the very first day. Within 3 to 5 years it is completely gone, and a severely degraded lens transmits as little as 20% of your bulb's output. You are driving at 1/5 capacity and you do not even know it. Every restoration that fails long-term does so because it removed the oxidation without replacing the UV protection, and within weeks the exposed plastic begins its death cycle all over again. That repeat cycle is the trap the industry profits from every single time you fall for it. Number 14 is toothpaste, and yes, the science is real. White toothpaste contains calcium carbonate, a mild abrasive that works on polycarbonate for the same reason it works on tooth enamel, similar surface hardness. Apply it to a damp cloth. Work it into the lens with firm circular pressure for 2 to 3 minutes, and a mildly yellowed lens will genuinely surprise you. The problem is that toothpaste is engineered to be gentle enough for daily use, and that gentleness becomes a costly limitation the moment your oxidation is anything beyond mild. Without UV sealant applied immediately after, your result is gone in 4 to 8 weeks, and you are back in the driveway burning time on the same financial treadmill. Emergency method only. Band-aid on a wound that needs stitches. Number 13 is baking soda and vinegar paste, and this zero-cost combination actually outperforms toothpaste on moderately oxidized surfaces. Mix 2 tablespoons of baking soda with enough white vinegar to form a thick fizzing paste. Apply immediately, and work it in for 3 to 4 minutes. The fizzing action lifts contamination while the particles mechanically abrade the oxidized layer, and the result is genuinely impressive for something made in your kitchen. Same durability trap applies without UV sealant, and once oxidation is severe you are throwing effort at a problem that needs a real cutting compound. Clever for mild cases, costly illusion for anything worse. Number 12 will shock you because the product is already in your camping gear. Insect repellent spray containing DEET dissolves the oxidized layer chemically in 30 seconds flat, and the yellow transfers onto your cloth as you wipe. The nightmare is that DEET left on polycarbonate longer than 15 seconds starts dissolving the healthy plastic beneath, creating permanent damage that puts you pricing a replacement housing instead of feeling clever. Never let it near painted surfaces because it strips clear coat on contact and a bumper respray costs $300 to $800. Apply it, wipe it off within 15 seconds, rinse immediately. Used correctly it is the fastest chemical method on this list. Used wrong it is a financial disaster in a green can. Number 11 is WD-40, and the petroleum solvents in this product partially dissolve the oxidized surface while the oils restore light transmission in a way that makes experienced car owners question everything they know. Spray, wait 30 seconds, wipe with a microfiber, and a moderately oxidized lens clears in under 60 seconds of total effort. Durability is 4 to 6 weeks before the regret sets back in. But for the driver who needs presentable headlights before leaving in the next 5 minutes, the result-to-effort ratio here is almost unreasonable. Not a restoration, a rescue. Confusing the two is the money-wasting trap that keeps you buying cans forever. Number 10 is where real correction begins, because wet sanding with 2000 grit removes every oxidized molecule rather than just treating the surface. Tape around the lens perimeter to protect your paint. Keep the sandpaper constantly wet, because dry sanding generates heat that permanently warps polycarbonate, and work through 2000, 2500, then 3000 grit in sequence. The lens will go from yellow and hazy to clear with fine sanding marks that need polishing out. This is the first method on this countdown where even severely neglected lenses come back completely. Everything above this point has a ceiling. Wet sanding does not. Number 9 is the polishing compound step that turns a technically clear lens into an optically perfect one. Apply automotive cutting compound to a foam applicator. Work it in firm circular motions for 2 to 3 minutes. Follow with a finishing polish, and the scratch marks from sanding disappear completely. After this 2-step process, your headlight is as clear as the day the car left the factory. Without the next method, this result lasts weeks. With it, years. Do not skip what comes next. Number 8 is the step every guide quietly skips, and the single variable that determines whether your result lasts 3 weeks or 2 full years. UV sealant. $15 at any auto parts store. Without it, every method on this list is a temporary fix on a predictable repeat schedule, and the industry counts on you never realizing that. Apply it immediately after polishing in 2 to 3 thin overlapping coats before any contamination can settle on the surface. $15 transforms a 4-week result into a 24-month one. Skipping this step is the most expensive mistake on this entire countdown. Number 7 is the drill attachment kit, and rotational speed changes everything. What takes 10 minutes of hand sanding at 2000 grit takes 90 seconds with a drill-mounted pad. Both headlights fully restored and polished in under 15 minutes total. Keep the drill moving constantly and never let it dwell in one spot, because the speed that makes it fast creates an irreversible gouge if you pause. Drill kit plus UV sealant equals the professional restoration. Detailing shops charge $60 to $100 for performed by you for under $20 in materials. There is no logical reason to pay a shop for this ever again. Number 6 is the masking technique that separates a professional result from an amateur disaster, and it applies to every single method on this list. 2 layers of quality masking tape around the entire lens perimeter before you touch any abrasive or chemical to the surface. Wet sandpaper across bare paint leaves scratches that cost $300 to fix. Drifting onto a painted panel strips the clear coat immediately. 5 minutes of taping before the work means 0 collateral damage and clean edges that make the result look factory fitted rather than desperately rushed. Skip the tape and the regret is visible from 3 meters away. Number 5 is the full 3-stage professional process for lenses so far gone they look nearly opaque. 800 grit removes all oxidation. 1500 grit refines the scratches. 2500 grit prepares for polish. Machine polishing with cutting compound, then finishing compound delivers clarity that makes people ask whether you replaced the entire unit. 20 minutes for both headlights with a machine polisher. Apply UV sealant immediately after, because at this level of effort, skipping that final step is pure financial self-sabotage. Number 4 is the interior cleaning step almost no guide ever mentions, and it is the hidden reason some perfectly restored headlights still disappoint at night. Housing seals crack over years, condensation deposits minerals on the inside of your lens, and the reflector bowl oxidizes internally, losing its mirror reflectivity without you ever seeing it happen. Remove the housing, clean the interior lens with isopropyl alcohol, gently clean the reflector with a dry microfiber, and reseal before reassembly. The improvement in your beam pattern at night, compared to external restoration alone, is immediate and significant. You restored the lens and ignored the room it lives in, and that mistake has been stealing your visibility every single night. Number 3 happens while you already have the housing out of the car. Standard halogen bulbs dim by up to 30% over their life before they actually fail, and you never notice because the change is gradual. Upgrading to a Philips Racing Vision or Osram Night Breaker delivers up to 150% more light, costs $20 to $30 a pair, needs 0 wiring modification, and is fully road legal. Combined with a restored lens and clean reflector, the output frequently exceeds what the car produced when new. You did 90% of the work. Leaving this step out abandoned the most powerful 10% on the shelf. Number 2 is ceramic coating, and the difference between a UV sealant and a proper ceramic application is the difference between 24 months of protection and 5 full years. Wipe the lens with isopropyl alcohol, apply the ceramic in thin overlapping lines, cure for 5 to 10 minutes, buff with a clean microfiber. The ceramic bonds chemically to the polycarbonate and isolates it completely from the UV radiation that would otherwise begin destroying it immediately. $25 ends the maintenance cycle for 5 years. 1 application, 0 repeat cost, 0 regret. Number 1 is the only method on this entire list that prevents oxidation instead of treating it. And detailing shops charge $400 for what a $40 DIY kit delivers in 30 minutes. Paint protection film bonds to your polycarbonate surface and acts as a sacrificial layer that UV radiation attacks instead of your lens. The film is UV stabilized for 5 to 10 years, and when it eventually degrades, you simply remove it and replace it, while the polycarbonate underneath remains in factory, new condition, because it never faced a single damaging photon. Pre-cut kits for your specific vehicle cost $20 to $40 online. Application takes 30 minutes with a water and baby shampoo slip solution, and cure time is 24 to 48 hours. Every other method on this countdown fights the same battle over and over. This one wins it once, walks away, and never comes back. You now know what your headlights have been hiding, what the restoration industry profits from keeping you confused about, and the exact path from emergency fix to permanent solution that makes the detailing shop the most expensive way to solve the cheapest problem on your car. This channel exists so you never overpay for something you can own with the right knowledge. And if you want every other trick that keeps your car looking brand new without the dealer's invoice, that video is right there. Subscribe now because everything here saves you more than it costs.